Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is how we move the decimal, and in this video you'll be body doubling me while I list 5 things on eBay. These pants have actually already sold since when I listed them, and it's taken me a while to get this video, but I was doing this listing around the beginning of January. This is the beginning of February, and these pants have sold already. And I want to say they sold fairly quickly, between a week or 2 after posting them. These are technically warm-up pants. So these are pants that a team would wear before going on a basketball court or running track or soccer or anything where it might be chillier and they want to have those pants on. These are warm-up pants, and I did list them as warm-up pants. The only reason I know they're warm-up pants, though, is a nifty little Google search, and it told me that this brand tends to make team wear, not team, T-E-A-M wear, and they also tend to make warm-ups, so warm-up shirts, warm-up pants. This is, again, this is my unisex clothing rant. I would probably put these as unisex, but with the measurements, I would have listed these as closer to a men's size. However, I would have listed these as unisex if it would have been an option. It wasn't. So there's that, and I go back up and click everything that works. This just makes it quicker. A lot of times these don't come up properly. The brand comes up wrong. I always have to go through it and enter the sizes again, even if I have them in the listing part. This is hard. They're technically not joggers. I mean, if I had to be like pushed against a wall, I would call them joggers, but they're not because their ankles aren't tight. So I went ahead and made up the category warm-up pants. And some of the categories that eBay has already in for you to choose are kind of weird anyway. The pre-owned, no rips or stains, again, common. I usually have these in when I do the multiple listings, but for some reason when I did the multiple listings for this, it didn't keep it. It didn't show up. I don't know if it was an eBay glitch. I don't know if it was a me glitch. I'm not sure what was going on, but it didn't keep it. Same with this. If you start typing too quickly, it takes a bit for the cursor to catch up because of putting the AI listing. So I just went ahead and deleted it all and put it at the top. I have started putting these at the top very recently because I found that people were asking questions that were already in there, but because it was at the end, it wasn't getting all the way read to. I had no idea what to price these. I just threw it out there and they sold full price very quickly. And I don't trust eBay when they say the median sold, because sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes if it's in a different category or a different name, they can be wrong. Some things that I know are going to sell very high, they are the median sale price is $2. It's I don't think so. This is a Life is Good cinched drawstring bag. Unlike the hobo bag in the last video where I tried to call it cinched and it was not. It was magnetic closure. This is a very cute bag. It's like a jean material. It's a very heavy cotton material. It's cute. I don't find drawstring bags useful, but please buy my stuff. As a bag person, we replaced a couple of my kids' sports bags that were drawstring. We replaced those with normal bags, like backpack bags, because the drawstrings could never get right. They were cutting into their shoulders and stuff. So I guess this would be fun for a day trip, or maybe used as more of a purse. I would not use this hiking. I would not use this as a sports bag. Again, drawstring bags, they're just not comfortable on your shoulders. And honestly, they're not great lumbar if you have them very heavy. You want something that goes around your waist also. But it is a cute bag. I would use it as a purse, not as a day bag. But it is Life is Good. Life is Good does well. This is heavier cotton, maybe jean. I just put cotton on there because it's not denim. It is a backpack, but it's not. So I went through and I had a hard time figuring out what it is. It's not any of these. It's not a tote. It's not a top handle. I mean, push comes to shove, I would probably say it's a backpack because it can go on your back and it has 2 straps. But it doesn't fit any of the categories that well. Exterior color, it's mainly blue. So I went ahead and put blue. I don't like getting very specific with the blues because I don't want it to come back on me like, hey, the blue, you know, you said it was ash blue, it's not ash blue, or you said it was cornflower blue, it's not cornflower blue. I don't want to get, it's blue. I'm not getting specific with that. I mean, in my head, I may have gotten specific with it, but I'm not going to get specific with it in the listing. That just leaves you open to criticism, to INADs, to people not being happy with the color. Again, in the condition, I put no rips or stains. I don't know why. When I do multiple listings, this is what I tend to already have filled out, and it just didn't save. The same with not letting me pick the category, or like not giving me a category that fits it as an option where I have to go in and search it all up myself. Something was glitching when I made these multiple listings. I have not made any multiple listings in a while. I'm going to be making some more this weekend probably. So we'll see if that still has the same problem. I know it slowed me down considerably, having to go through and write all these conditions and then having to go through and manually find the categories did slow me down. When you're thinking of maybe 30 seconds a listing, it slowed you down. Doesn't seem like a lot, but then if you're doing, you know, multiple listings, it could add up quite a lot. So if I'm doing, you know, 10 listings, I could lose 3 minutes. I'm never going to do 100 listings, but I could lose 30 minutes. With 5 listings, again, wasn't terrible. I maybe lost like a minute, 2 minutes, but it's still something, and it's still incredibly frustrating. So I'm hoping when I do the multiple listings next time, it will help. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? These are shorts. Again, they're a specific type of shorts. If they're like hiking shorts, I tend not to pick chinos. And if I do, I want them to be school appropriate, because I know a lot of people are going to be buying, now that the weather is changing, are going to be buying school uniforms for their children that have grown between, you know, summer and summer. Sports season will be approaching us. Short season will be approaching us, so they might need shorts that they can wear for a school uniform, where their shorts that they wore back in September just no longer fit, and that's our problem. But depending on the shorts, can it be a uniform short or is it a specialized short? So is it hiking? Is it multi-pocket? Is it cargo? Is it I can't think of the other one. Utility? Is it the one with the hammer loop on it? I cannot remember it. But if it's a very specific short, I will pick it up. Or if it's like a short that you wear with a uniform, not just school uniform, but like a Boy Scout uniform or FedEx. I sold FedEx shorts like nobody's business. I found a whole pile of them at the bins one year. I think I had like 6 or 7 of the same size FedEx shorts. They looked great, and I was just selling them hand over fist, which was really nice. You have to be careful selling the uniform shirts. So like I can sell the pants for a security uniform, but I can't sell a security uniform with a patch on it. Same with FedEx. Sometimes it can be kind of hinky because they don't want you to be able to sell a FedEx shirt online and have someone go to someone's house pretending to be FedEx when they're not FedEx. So that can be a little dicey there. Some people get away with it. I don't know if I want to risk it. I don't know if I want to be like, yeah, I helped contribute to this crime because I sold them the uniform for it. But the shorts are usually not marked. With the FedEx shorts, they weren't marked, but they had the stripes on the side that were reflective. And they said FedEx on the tag, but they did not say FedEx anywhere on the outside. So I was more than okay with selling those. I do like selling shorts. They tend to be easy measurements for me. I have to do the same hip, waist, length measurements, but they seem to be a lot quicker. I will list shorts in bunches. I will list shorts like I do jeans. It's just easier to list the same things at once. It's easier to list all the shirts. It's easier to list all the shorts. These are pants. These are, I want to say, coming from our own personal stash. I think these were my husband's old pants that he just didn't like anymore. So again, no sunk cost, which is great. I'm able and I'm willing to take lower prices on something that I've already got my use out of. So yes, these were my husband's old pants. I just saw that they were Columbia pants. These are more like classicer work pants. They are a little thicker. They are a little heavier than what we'd consider like a normal khaki. But there's nothing on there saying you can't wear those to work. So you could totally wear those to work. You could wear those for a dress-up occasion, but they are quite thick, which is fine. Maybe you want very thick khakis, but they are quite thick. But they did come from my husband's clothing. I don't think I would pick these up at the bins, and I don't think I would pick them up at a thrift store. But because they came from our own closet, I'm more than willing to sell them. They haven't sold yet, and they may sit a while. And depending how long they sit, I may get rid of them. I'm having to change the category. And again, it's just so frustrating. Granted, each listing is not taking a lot of time, but it's taking a lot of time if you add them all together. It'd be very, very frustrating for me. Actually, I don't think these are my husband's pants because they are size 44 and he has never worn a 44. So I don't know where I got these pants from. I don't think I got them from the bins. I did have a rummage sale buyout, kind of, around the same time, so maybe they came from that. And that reminds me, that's going to be happening again. We have a church that has like an outbuilding, and they have a huge rummage sale the first Thursday of April every year, and it's fill a bag. So you just take, and it's fill a bag and donation. So you fill your bag. You have to bring your own bag though. You fill your bag and then you donate what you think it's worth. And I always tend to do fairly well there. I'm looking for very specific things, which helps because it can get overwhelming. It is a huge outbuilding. Again, no rips or stains on this. I will do the AI generated, and then I will put my description slightly above the AI generated. That does help. Again, putting the AI in there, it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't take any time either. I can click on it and it's almost instantaneous. And I do think eBay's starting to favor larger, longer descriptions. I keep looking outside and it is just snowing. It wasn't supposed to snow that much, and we've probably gotten 4 inches of snow in maybe 6 hours, which is pretty fast. My work got put remote this afternoon, so I'm able to sit here and record videos while I'm quote-unquote working. My kids are still in school though, so it's going to be kind of dicey to pick them up this afternoon. This is a vintage coat. This was in our, already listed pile. This was in a tub that had already been listed, and we don't know when it dropped off. So when we were doing inventory this past month, we were looking and we saw that this coat was not listed, and we went ahead and pulled it out to list. It is vintage. I always include measurements on my vintage clothing because vintage runs a lot smaller than what we see now. The tag on this says a large. I would say it probably fits like a medium, if that. It is, I'm solidly a large leaning towards medium, and this is tight on me. So if I am like between a medium and a large, this I would probably say it's closer to a medium. but the tag says large. So that's where it can get kind of frustrating with vintage clothes. The tag says one thing and the measurements definitely say something else. And I try to mention that in my descriptions, like, hey, really look at the measurements. This is vintage. It sizes small. They all, they tend to size small. Please, look at this and make sure that it fits you. I don't want to see it again, but I'm worried I will. This has not sold yet. The other vintage coat I sold definitely 100% was not the size on the tag. And I put that in there. Like, this is probably two sizes smaller. It was a cropped jean jacket, so it was shorter anyway, which made it kind of more difficult, but across from armpit to armpit was pretty small still. I was kind of surprised. I don't know when I found this. I think I found it at a thrift store that was going out of business. So this is Headwinds. I want to see what it is. It is polyester, like many of the coats in the late 80s, early 90s. Very polyester. But I wanted to know what the outer shell was, because they do ask you that. And if it would not have had the tag, that would have been very difficult to figure out. Granted, most of them are polyester cotton blends. But I also always have a picture of the tag, the the size tag, the internal tag, whatever's telling you the material composition. And sometimes I will even put in the care tag, especially if it has like a year and a season. So if it says like summer 2017 on there, if it says summer 17, I will include that because that is from that season. Of course, it's pre-owned. It is vintage. It has been worn. I did have to take stains out of this one, but they came out again fairly easily. And I'm pretty sure this didn't come from the bins, but what I do see from the bins is sometimes they get dirty just by contact, by being knocked around in the bins. And that can get off fairly easy. That's not a deep set in stain. That is just being pushed around. Now, I completely and totally stayed away from, several years ago, one of the bins, and this was pre-COVID, one of the bins we went to had a container of gasoline in it, and it was leaking everywhere. I did not take a single thing out of that bin. In fact, I didn't take a single thing out of that row of bins because they all smelled like gasoline, and that is incredibly difficult to get out, and I didn't want that smell in my car on the way home. So some things I will completely, totally stay away from. I'm not going to wash gasoline out of anything. So I'm not going to pick that up. This is a winter coat. It seems light until you put it all like compactly in an area, then it's not as light. I also tend to do 12 by 12 by 12s for all my coats. They ship fine in that, especially the bigger puffer coats. But it's just easier for me to do 2 pounds and 12 by 12 by 12. So I eat it or I don't eat it. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you had a very productive time with me.